Westmed Incorporated, established in 1992, manufactures a complete line of respiratory therapy, critical care, and anesthesia products for hospital, alternative care, and international healthcare markets worldwide. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about nasal oxygen cannulas and highlight Westmed's Comfort Soft Plus line of nasal oxygen cannulas, the only cannulas on the market that virtually prevent skin breakdown associated with standard PVC nasal oxygen cannulas. For many years, Westmed has had a comprehensive nasal cannula product line covering all the different types of high-flow and low-flow nasal cannulas, including adult nasal oxygen delivery cannulas, pediatric and infant nasal oxygen cannulas, nasal gas sampling cannulas for end-tidal CO2 monitoring, and combination cannulas that can deliver a medical gas such as oxygen and monitor end-tidal CO2 at the same time. Contemporary nasal cannulas have changed a great deal over the 60-plus years since their invention. Early nasal cannulas had nasal prongs made of metal, and one can readily imagine that they were most uncomfortable. The metal cannula gave way to the hard but partially flexible plastic cannula in the 1960s. Made of polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, these cannulas were inexpensive to make and became very popular as clinical oxygen therapy had started to become more widely utilized. The PVC cannula relied on an elastic strap that encircled the head of the patient and held the nasal prongs in place. The elastic strap abraded the skin over the ears and was poorly tolerated by many patients. Within the last 25 years or so, the creation of the over-the-ear or lariat type of cannula, commonly used today, has replaced the elastic strap with a length of PVC tubing, which is draped over both ears to secure the cannula to the patient's head and face. At first, it was thought that this approach would eliminate the problems with elastic straps, but we now know that common PVC lariat-style cannulas are responsible for skin damage in patients who wear cannulas for even short periods of time. PVC has a hard surface and it does not easily flex. When it is repeatedly pressed against or dragged across the skin, it may exhibit a high coefficient of friction and exert shear forces against the surface of the skin. As a result, skin breakdown and skin damage can occur, particularly behind the ears of patients who wear a nasal oxygen cannula for either short or long-term use. An area of localized damage to the skin and underlying tissue as a result of what has been termed interface pressure of the skin against any unyielding material, such as hard PVC, can result in a pressure ulcer. There are many causes of pressure ulcers in healthcare, but serious damage to the skin behind and on the ears has emerged in recent years as one of the leading types of medical device-related pressure ulcers. Here we see the chief reasons that conventional hard PVC cannulas can cause skin breakdown on the ears and face. Moisture may also be a contributing factor. Cannulas have also been responsible for skin damage on the face and in and around the nose. Conventional PVC nasal cannulas typically exhibit high interface pressure plus substantial shear forces and friction owing to the hardness of the tubing material. How large a problem is this? In a 2011 nursing research paper by Terjanica and Associates, they reported that their facility-based performance improvement data revealed a steady rise in the prevalence of ear pressure ulcers from 2 to 12% between 2003 and 2006. In the same paper, the authors cite the 2004 study by Gronfeld that showed that approximately 13% of pressure ulcers occur on the ear and indicated that the ulcers resulted from delivery of oxygen therapy by nasal cannula. Another interesting result from the Terjanica study was the statistically significant finding that patients who were new to oxygen therapy were the most susceptible to skin breakdown on the ears. Patients who had not used O2 at home had a 47.4% incidence of ear ulcers compared to a 23.3% incidence in patients who were already home O2 users. This finding strongly suggests the need for preemptive preventive measures for all patients receiving nasal oxygen therapy. Under the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services Pay-for-Performance standards, pressure ulcers are considered a never event. Even the smallest preventable pressure ulcers, such as those that occur behind the ears of nasal cannula wearers, can significantly drive up the overall cost of care and treatment for hospitalized patients thus affected. One study reported that the cost of treatment could range between $2,000 and $40,000 per pressure ulcer, depending on its stage of development. Another determined an average cost for pressure ulcer treatment of over $43,000. These are avoidable costs. Prevention of pressure ulcers is the key. Westmed has a revolutionary solution that virtually eliminates ear and facial pressure ulceration associated with nasal cannula usage. It is a preemptive, preventive solution. The Comfort Soft Plus nasal oxygen cannula minimizes friction and shear forces on the skin at all contact points, vastly reduces interface pressure, and acts as a strain relief when the patient turns their head. No longer will hard PVC abrade the skin and cause damage. In 2010, Westmed Product Development Engineering in Tucson, Arizona embarked on a project to develop a unique elastomeric thermoplastic material, or elastomer for short, to be used in one of its popular aerosol drug delivery products. It immediately became obvious that the new elastomer, the formula for which remains a trade secret exclusive to Westmed, would be a perfect material from which nasal oxygen cannulas should be constructed and would solve the problems created by hard PVC cannulas. Let's take a closer look at this revolutionary new proprietary medical elastomer from Westmed. Our model on the right is wearing a Westmed Comfort Soft Plus nasal oxygen cannula, and the model on the left is wearing a conventional hard PVC cannula from another company. Notice how the Comfort Soft Plus cannula easily yields, flexes, and gives as the model turns his head from side to side. You can see the Comfort Soft Plus cannula flexing and bending and acting as a strain relief. Now, let's take a look at the hard PVC cannula. If we look at the conventional PVC cannula while the model turns his head from side to side and up and down, we can see that the PVC tubing is rubbing against the skin. It is not flexing. Instead, it is dragging itself against the skin with each and every turn of the head. It is this head motion, along with other patient movement, that creates friction and shear forces against the delicate skin on the ear and behind the ear. Westmed's family of Comfort Soft Plus nasal cannulas is available in a complete range of sizes that accommodate all patients, premature infants through adults, and address every related application across the continuum of care, including 4 sizes of cannulas for pediatric and infant high-flow oxygen therapy. Use of the Comfort Soft Plus nasal cannula will eliminate the purchase of costly foam ear wraps, which are only marginally effective, labor-intensive, and may be a source of microbial colonization and infection. Remember, the Comfort Soft Plus cannula is a preemptive, preventive solution when used at the onset of oxygen therapy, will virtually eliminate pressure ulcers on and behind the ears and on the face. And Comfort Soft Plus cannulas are DEHP and latex-free. As an option to oxygen therapy by nasal cannula in certain patients, Westmed also offers the Biflow nasal mask. The Biflow nasal mask is a simple and comfortable device designed as an alternative for oxygen therapy patients who cannot or will not tolerate a cannula, or those patients who have recurring nasal tissue necrosis from prior device damage. FiO2 and arterial oxygen values have been reported in the literature to be comparable to those in patients receiving oxygen with a conventional nasal cannula. The Westmed Comfort Soft Plus nasal cannula is the original soft cannula and the only one on the market constructed from a proprietary elastomeric polymer specifically designed to be soft, flexible, and prevent skin breakdown. Don't take our word for the superiority of the Comfort Soft Plus nasal cannula. Westmed has received many testimonials from patients and patient family members who have been impressed with the comfort and softness of the Comfort Soft Plus cannula, and we are pleased to share some of them here.
Thank you for your samples. You are most kind. It is what I'm looking for.
I love your product. Consider me your salesperson. I tell everyone about it and pass along your company name and phone number. Kudos to you. Product well done.
Excellent quality. Everyone using a cannula must have a Comfort Soft Plus cannula for comfort and convenience.
I wish the Westmed cannulas were sold in medical stores so the public could get them easier. I have never had sore ears or nose since I have used your 0556 cannulas. Thank you.
My mother lives in St. Paul, Minnesota, and has discovered the Comfort Soft Plus cannula at a recent hospital visit. Mom is a full-time oxygen user and struggles with the wear on the back of her ears because of a skin disorder. The Comfort Soft Plus cannula was the most comfortable cannula she's ever used.
I was hospitalized for 25 days and have been home continuing care for 3 weeks. During the entire time, I've been on 24-hour oxygen. For the first several weeks, I used a regular cannula. Then a nurse suggested Comfort Soft Plus because of sores that had formed in my nose. Your product is so much gentler and comfortable. It is terrific.
Westmed thanks you for your interest in our products, and we invite you to visit our website at www.westmedinc.com or call our toll-free number to be put in touch with a representative who can answer your questions and provide you with further information about the Comfort Soft Plus family of nasal cannulas or any of Westmed's extensive line of respiratory therapy, critical care, and anesthesia products.